Okay guys, so today I'll be telling you guys what you guys need for your chinchilla's cage and also some toys that you can get for them or just make from your house or wherever you live. It doesn't have to be a house or even an apartment. If you have a chinchilla and you don't even have one and you are planning on getting one and you want to be able to hold him or her and you just really don't know much about chinchillas. You want to hold them maybe once or twice a day. I tend to hold them more than once or twice because I didn't really pay much attention to him when we first got him, which was not a good thing. And I realized if you have a chinchilla and you aren't taking good care of it, it could die or it could get hurt very bad. And it's just not really good for their diet and their bodies. And I also left the dust bath in there, and he chewed on the plastic, so that was not a good thing. And you need to keep them up on their hay. He didn't really eat his hay for a long time because I wasn't really refilling him, baby. And that wasn't good. So I've been paying a lot of attention to him, and he's been coming out a lot more. So if you're going to be taking your chinchilla out into a room or your bedroom, if you have a lot of blankets like this, and you don't want them to go in certain places and you want to be able to block off areas, use those blankets to cover up spots or just lay it on top of things against walls or figure out something with your bed, and nightstand, and underneath their cage, because you don't really want them to be going underneath their cage when they're out, because you want them to be able to get used to you. And if you really feel like you want them to be able to hide, but you don't want them going underneath anything because they can get into spots that you don't want them to go, make sure to bring their little hut out if you feel like it. So do that. And also for their cage, you want to make sure it is more than one story, because if it's not, they aren't really getting the exercise they need and they are not in the right type of home. So it's really bad for them. So you need to take better care of them if you have one already, or if you're planning on getting one. Also, chinchillas are and aren't that easy to take care of. It really is up to how the person decides to take care of them. It's up to the person. If they don't really know how to take care of a pet and they have had a bad past with pets, don't really think about get a chinchilla in your hands, because you really need to pay attention to them and you really need to spoil them, give them attention, and make sure they are having a good diet. Also, if you really feel like it is a must-have, you can bring your chinchilla to the vet, for checkups and stuff. Hi. That was so cute. That's the first time he's ever done that. But if you, baby, if you want to, you can have them go to the vet for the little daily checkups. I'm sorry. And yeah, if you need to, these are the things that you need for your cage. A blanket or fleece to lay on the floor. 3 to 4 stories or a lot more. It's good if you have a lot more. Also, have certain stories based on certain rooms in their house. So this one is his bathroom, so where he takes baths. This one is the restroom where he takes bathroom breaks, so he has to go to the bathroom. And over here is his food station. He has hay, a plastic water bottle that is outside of his cage, because if it is inside, he will eat it. And over there he has his food thing. It's not too tall for him to be able to get into. Also, he has a little treat thing in there. And make sure to have a chinchilla. It's like that rock that you're supposed to have. And it basically makes them nice and cold if they get too hot. Get too hot, get too hot. Don't bite me. Bad boy. But yeah. Make sure they have all that stuff. Have toys in there for them, a blanket and a wheel. If they have a wheel in there, it's also good for them if they want to get a little bit of exercise while they are out of their cage. While they are in their cage. Also, if you don't know much about chinchillas, but you know that they are an animal, and some people consider them as pets, they are considered a rodent to some people. They are a rodent, but it's okay to call him or keep him as a pet. I love mine to death. He is my baby. I also have a dog, but he doesn't really, he gets scared of him. Also, if you really, 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 really want to take him out, but you can't block off areas, get a hamster ball, but a big one. Because I have a big one, and that's what the phone is standing up against. And let them just put them in it, pick them up and put them in it, but make sure to put them in there fast. And then just let them run around. I recommend getting a clear one so they can see things a little bit better. Don't keep them in there for too long because they will poop in there. Also, make sure it's not too small, because if it is, it's like 2 popsicle sticks being in there. And it can't even touch the bottom. It's bad. It's bad for their back. It's bad for their spine. It's bad for basically every single bone. You do not want to have it if it is too small, because it can also be considered a death trap if the holes in the thing are not too big. I recommend them being about about that big, and seems super small, but nope. That wide, because it is actually good for them if you do that. But if you don't get a good one or the right size for them, it'll be bad for them. They can get super hot, and also it can kind of hurt them because of their back. They will bite you sometimes if, But one thing that you do need to do is always take them out once or twice a day, or maybe if you think that they might want a break, give them 1 day to have a break, or maybe even 2 days if you feel like it needs to be that long, and then take them out the day after. Because sometimes if you are also busy, or they just need a break because you need to let them calm down a little bit, let them have that break that they deserve. Let them have that break that they need to help them calm down and not be stressed. Because if, when I first got him, I took him out way too much, and he got way too stressed. Because he didn't know me. I was a complete stranger. He was a baby. He is a very good boy now, though. He doesn't bite as much as he used to, but I can tell you he still will bite sometimes. Rarely ever happens, though. If you are taking them out too much and they don't like it, they will try and bite you. They will. But yeah, so that's basically it. That's what you guys will need for the cage. Also, if you need tips on how to hold them, have your Gizmo, stop. Have your first hand like this behind the front set of their arms, so like that, and then take your other hand and put it on their butt or on their back a little bit. Jesus. But yeah, and then also you are allowed to hold him like a baby, because I do it with mine all the time, and he loves it. He actually falls asleep sometimes in that position. And make sure when you're holding them like a baby, you're actually letting them access touching your back or your lap. They will roll like that. It's normal if they do. When you hold them like a... Stop biting me! When you hold them like a baby. I'm going to put him back in his cage. When you hold them like a baby, because they take dust baths, so he wanted back in his cage, so I did. It's normal if they roll like that because they take dust baths, so that is one thing that they do. But yeah, so that is all the stuff that you need to know before getting a chinchilla. Also, if you're planning on getting a chinchilla, I recommend getting the cage and stuff set up the day before, or maybe like a couple hours before you get it, so it can like get the smell of your house all set up, because the blankets and stuff, you know. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in his next video.